So it looks like we're getting a new Marvel Legends retro card Ghost Rider, but is this one any good, soulmates, and is it worth your money? Be sure you stick around until the end, guys, because we're going to talk about what Ghost Rider characters we'd like to see next. If you support what I do, please click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. There is not an especially long history of Ghost Rider action figures. The first Ghost Rider action figures that I can think of come from the mid-90s Ghost Rider line created by Toy Biz that featured Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider as well as Danny Ketch Ghost Rider and a slew of Ghost Rider supporting characters. I have a few of the toys from this line. I have original Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, original Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, and Zarathos. I'd like to show them to you, but I can't really remember where I put them right now. It was kind of a while until Ghost Rider got another action figure, but he finally did in the Marvel Legends line by Toy Biz, and in Series 3 we saw Danny Ketch Ghost Rider again. This was not an especially good action figure. This one only really looked good when he was riding his motorcycle. Over the next few years, Ghost Rider had some other action figures, especially considering that he had a couple of movies starring Nicolas Cage. But then Marvel Legends produced a Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider in the Rhino wave back in 2015. Now, considering that this one was made in 2015, this is a pretty incredible action figure. The sculpt looks awesome, and the only thing that could really be improved is maybe a few more accessories on him, because he looks a little bare without his motorcycle and his chains. Well, thankfully that was fixed later on because there was a deluxe release featuring Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze and his motorcycle. But we still didn't get a lot of accessories in the package besides the motorcycle. So now that takes us to the new retro card Ghost Rider that does have some accessories. The accessories for this one include a new head sculpt that features Johnny Blaze mid-transformation. It also includes his chain that has a little flame effect attached to it, a couple of hands that are all bony with flames attached, and also we get a couple of standard flame effects. This makes for a pretty cool package, but also you really feel the absence of Johnny Blaze's motorcycle, which is, unfortunate. And of course, if you want to get Johnny Blaze's motorcycle, good luck getting it because that deluxe package goes for a few $100s now. Nevertheless, let's take a look at retro card Ghost Rider and talk about the positives here. Well, he's reusing the 2015 Rhino Wave Ghost Rider's body, and that was already a pretty good body to begin with. Of course, it was pretty good back in 2015. Is it still good now? It's acceptable now. These days it looks a little dated. Is it still good? Yeah, because it belongs on Ghost Rider and it looks good with him. But it could use a few updates like the new ab crunch and torso swivel. These Marvel Legends are moving toward that, and every time we see a re-release that still has the old ab crunch and waist swivel, it's kind of hard not to groan, you know what I mean, guys? Because it just feels like, why can't you guys just update that one part before you re-release this? Like, a lot of the other parts on him, his legs and his arms, they still look fine. And the head that they're reusing, you don't really need to reinvent the wheel. The head still looks pretty good on Ghost Rider, but that torso, oh man, that's so 2015. Besides the body, I think that the new head sculpt is a welcome addition and one that is unexpectedly desirable, because that looks really cool to have Johnny Blaze mid-transformation like that. I never would have thought to myself, oh yeah, I really need that, but I'm looking at it and going, ooh, that's really nice. It's got this look that just seems like this medley of emotions like anger and anguish, and you can really sense the vengeance in his face as he's going into that transformation. The rest of the accessories are pretty cool. Of course, the chain accessory makes sense because what's Ghost Rider use? He uses a chain, and the flaming bone hands, yeah, that makes sense too. The flame effects are kind of just whatever though. They're the same flame effects we see again and again, and personally I could take or leave them, but since they're here, they're nice to have. For me though, it's really hard to shake the feeling that Johnny Blaze really needs his motorcycle, especially when I look at those open hands that look like they're ready and willing to take the handles on his motorcycle, rev up the engine, and blaze down the highway. I'll be honest here, for the price they're asking, 28 bucks, I think they could have found a way to get his motorcycle in the package. It's been done before. They've stuck motorcycles in relatively small packages. Toy Biz did it twice. Do I think that Hasbro could swing it? Yeah, I think they could swing it. Of course, everyone's talking about the new Haslab that's imminently coming, probably featuring Robbie Reyes, and people think that Hasbro is going to include Johnny Blaze's motorcycle as one of the unlockable tiers, and my attitude is it shouldn't be a tier in a Haslab. It should just be included with Johnny Blaze, because it's an essential part of Ghost Rider always. Even if you have to just make a deluxe package so you can put Ghost Rider in there, and I really don't think you need a deluxe package. Like I say, Toy Biz did it twice in standard Marvel Legends packaging. But if you have to release a deluxe package, it's better to do that with a character like Ghost Rider than just release him without an essential part of his character. Granted, Toy Biz did release Ghost Rider without his motorcycle back in the day, and even so, the action figures were a lot less exciting for it. Because the motorcycle is such an essential part of Danny, Ketch, and Johnny Blaze that trying to imagine either of them without the motorcycle is kind of difficult. And while I'm thinking about the new Haslab, this Ghost Rider was revealed as sort of an appetizer for the Haslab, which of course does lead you to think, yeah, it is going to be Robbie Reyes. Is this necessarily what we were expecting? I don't think this is really what we were expecting. I was expecting maybe another clue toward what the Haslab was actually going to be, like maybe another accessory they were thinking of putting in there with what they're going to do, or some other thing, just some sort of announcement. I wasn't expecting a full-on Ghost Rider retro card. Is it still kinda cool? Yeah, it's still kinda cool. Like I say, the body needs something of an update. I mean, aside from the abdominals that look very 2015, we still see the pinned joints. And that's another one of those things that's being phased out, and every time we see it, you kind of go, yeah, but it feels kind of old when you see that. I wish they would have done something more with this Ghost Rider than just issue more or less a straight repaint, because it's the same action figure we've seen for 7 years now. And to really put things in perspective regarding that time span, bear in mind that Toy Biz only had the Marvel Legends line for 4 years, and 4 years in toys is an eternity, much less 7 years. So we've had it almost twice as long as Toy Biz was able to handle the Marvel Legends license. So yeah, I think it's about time for them to do something a little different with Johnny Blaze's body. I don't know that they necessarily need to totally reinvent the wheel, but just changing a few things here and there, like pinless joints, new torso joint, stuff like that would really bump up the quality of these things. It's getting to the point where when we see an old mold, it really sticks out versus the new stuff. Is this one worth your money? Well, if you're a Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider fan, this one is a pretty good option if you don't already have him. I think he's a little overpriced for what he is at $28. There's really no reason that this should be above standard price, and I don't think that he should be above standard price even if he included his motorcycle with him. But that's something you're going to have to decide if you want to pick up this Ghost Rider. Are you comfortable with a $28 price tag versus what you're getting here. Bear in mind that at this price point, we're getting dangerously close to the price of a Marvel Select, and you might want to think about whether you want to spend an extra $2 and get something that's a bit more unique, because there's a lot of good Marvel Select toys out there right now, and a lot of them are very much on par with Marvel Legends. Am I going to get this one, Soulmates? Well, as always, it really depends what you guys want to see, and if you'd like to see me review this one, of course, be sure you share this video with your friends, and we'll see what happens, guys. Now that we've seen this retro card Ghost Rider, what Ghost Rider characters do we want to see next on the retro card? Well, obviously we want to see Danny Ketch. We have to see Danny Ketch at some point. There's just no getting around it. We have to see him. But other than that, I would love to see Deathwatch and Blackout, because those characters are so awesome. Well, Soulmates, what do you think about this retro card Ghost Rider? Is this one that you want for your collection? Are you on the fence because maybe you're not that sure about the price point or the accessories or even the sculpt? Or are you just not that interested because of whatever reason? I don't know, guys. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you, and be sure you let me know what Ghost Rider character you want to see next. If you want to learn more about the Spider-Man retro card Scorpion reveal, you can check out that video here, Soulmates.